What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Force here with some more SC2 commentary. Today we will be looking at a series between Grubby and LosirA. We will be starting off here on the map, Shakura's Plateau. In the lower right-hand spawn position, we have got our red Zerg player, LosirA. LosirA recently took second place at the Arena of Legends, the King of Kongs. This was in January of 2012. Also in 2011, took second place at the 2011 Pepsi GSL July Code S. His opponent over here in the upper left-hand position, our blue Protoss player, is Grubby, recently taking fourth place at the Lone Star Clash. This was in March of this year. Also in February of this year, he took second place at the LDLC Winter Trophy. There you have it, guys. Recent tournament information here for both of these players. It looks like Grubby will be starting off with a Forge Fast Expand. He is also moving into the upper right-hand spawn position. Upon realizing LosirA is not there, we'll be moving down to the lower right-hand position. Now, these games are coming yet again from the recent MLG Winter event that took place not this weekend, but last weekend. I did promise you guys I would continue to try to get some games casted from that in case you missed the live event, or in case you want to see those games again, commentated by myself. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying these series so far. As with, most major events, MLG or otherwise, the games have been pretty phenomenal. Really high caliber players playing for a lot of cash, and as a result you get some really good skill in those games and really interesting tactics as well, because really it's one of those things where when money is on the line, you do anything it takes to win. It's kind of how it works. Grubby is going Forge Fast Expand. Looks like, though, he will be getting a Nexus really early as well. You can see he's saving up to those 400 minerals, so we could see a quick Yeah, is he going to do it? Yeah, he's going to go Forge first and then drop the Nexus immediately after. Such a large map, and the fact that he did scout out LosirA and realized Lings weren't coming, he didn't have to get that Forge quite as early. And that is all due to beautiful, beautiful scouting. Now, LosirA did go Extractor first. As you can see, he's right near that 100 Vespian as soon as that pool pops. And this allows him to get that metabolic boost pretty much instantly. And this is really great because it provides LosirA the opportunity to get some map control and deal with scouting early on. And yeah, that's basically it. Get map control and deal with scouting. It also helps dealing with early harass, but the biggest thing is to stop scouts and gain control of those towers and make sure you can try to deny your opponent's vision as much as possible. First 4 Lings are out. They will be forcing the probe back, and we will be seeing LosirA now drop his hatchery at the expansion, although he's a little bit behind in resources. May have droned up a little too hard there. And as a result, we'll be delaying his hatchery a bit, but that is okay. Obviously, that's not the worst of things because those drones are equally as important. No question about that. I think the biggest thing really was the fact that he also got that metabolic boost, which is 100 minerals and 100 Vespian so early. That also was a large factor in the delay here of this hatchery. Usually you won't see the metabolic boost that early because usually they don't get gas that early. Oh, look at this. Roach Warren coming out here for LosirA. Now we have that metabolic boost near finished, and you can see here it is. Grubby moving out with that secondary scouting. First thing he does is he's moving up to check the third. A lot of times you'll see Zerg players, when scouting a Forge Fast Expand, move out for a quick third. You can see LosirA has scouted that. Grubby knows that, so he wanted to check to see if that third was there. He's now going to be moving up into the natural expansion and trying to sneak his way into the main to see what tech, if any, LosirA has yet, and he's going to be unable to do so because of that early metabolic boost. So he wasn't able to spot this Roach Warren, which is near finished, and what? Canceling off the hatchery at his natural expansion. LosirA, how risky. He is going for a very, very aggressive early game push. Look at this, 8 roaches in production here. Will be attempting to bust through this front wall. Now Grubby, if he doesn't scout this, could have a very difficult time against this. This is a lot of early pressure, especially since, as far as Grubby knows, there's an expansion building. Grubby thinks LosirA has this expansion coming out. As we can see, he has canceled that and is preparing to push across the map with a ton of roaches. Now we can see right now Grubby fanning out with these 2 zealots. Will be gaining control of the towers, and this will allow him to spot these roaches coming on forward. We do have level 1 weapons plus a warp gate research coming out. There we go, grabs the tower, spots the roaches, immediately pulls back, and back at the frontal wall here we can see Grubby coming out with a few extra cannons, realizing he's in a tremendously difficult position right now. Doesn't really have the forces necessary to deal with what is coming. is forced to come down with a ton of cannons, and now he just will be trying to buy some time and prevent LosirA from busting through. LosirA first focusing down this first cannon. We got 4 more preparing to warp in over here. Drops the first cannon. We'll be trying to drop the second here as well, and he gets it. And now he's got free reign out front. You can see these cannons aren't within range. This one will have a little bit of a range to hit these few roaches positioned right here. But all LosirA has to do is push back. There's a force field as well. We have that first sentry in play. Back at home, we got a hatchery coming out for LosirA as he continues this aggression, but he has dropped. Oh, that's a problem for Grubby. Drops the cybernetics core, so there's going to be no warp gate research. We do have a robotics facility coming through, but these roaches now pushing into the natural expansion will start to kill off a few of these workers. Just need to pull back away from those cannons. Only 3 roaches left, though, and the sentry and the stalker really should be enough to deal with this. Just with a bit of micro, you should really be all set. Now the roaches will continue to disrupt the economy down here for Grubby as he delays any additional mining, but again, you can see the stalker alone with that range advantage is able to do a bit of damage to the roaches and then just pull back whenever he gets targeted to the safety of those cannons. And now all of a sudden Grubby is all set. He has adequately defended against this, redropping his cyber core. Take a look here at the trade-off. Resources lost. LosirA is behind. LosirA did manage to do a bit of economic damage, killing off 6 workers, also forcing a lot of mining downtime as Grubby was unable to mine here for quite a while. Now Grubby, what is he doing? Well, he's got a warp prism out right now, and it looks like we'll be attempting to harass with just these 2 units. Keep in mind, this is all he's going to be able to harass with, as warp gate research was unable to finish, and he is just now rebuilding that cybernetics core. Also have an observer coming on through, so there won't be any warp-ins with this harass at all. It just will be a sentry and a stalker trying to harass LosirA. Obviously, that's not a large force, but he can micro those units in to that warp prism, you know, drop them down, do some damage, micro them up, and then move away from any danger. And this could allow him to do a little bit of damage, although we don't expect much damage to come from it. Let's take a look at LosirA's follow-up here. He's got a layer coming through. That's about halfway done. And he also has this expansion working on getting that saturated. 2 more extractors coming out as well. Warp Prism tries to move into the main. 2 queens force him back. That anti-air damage is enough to threaten that Warp Prism. Back over here for Grubby. Grubby going for, there it is, Robotics Bay. And with that Robotics Bay, he will of course be able to make Colossus, so that is his transition. Warp Gate research also coming out, level 1 weapons, 3/4 of the way finished right now. Trying to still harass over here with that Warp Prism. Really hasn't been able to do much damage at all though. Should be moving up to check for a 3rd. As we can see, LosirA is not in his 3rd yet. He's got an opportunity to kill off these overlords though, because he does have that anti-air, but didn't move up far enough. He's just continuing to dance around with that Warp Prism. Again, as expected, really hasn't done too much damage with this. I mean, he can't really. He's going to kill off a drone. Congratulations. That's about all he gets from that though. Lings will be forcing the liftoff, and Grubby is forced back. Now back over here, Thermal Lance upgrade coming out. That is the range, of course, for those Colossus. First Colossus just about finished. Warp Gate research also getting near finished. Scouting Ling gets taken out. He wanted to see what was going on up front here. That's pretty much it. Grubby pulls back with the Warp Prism. Is he really just doing nothing here? An Observer Scout over here as well. And there we go. Gonna try to finally do something as he kills off this Overlord. It looks like LosirA is not responding at all. I guess he realizes by the time he even gets there, Grubby would just lift off anyways, so what's the point? Colossus over here now out. We'll be killing off that cannon, allowing the Immortal and the Colossus to leave. Well, I guess the Colossus could have just walked it down. But anyway, that allows the Immortal to escape, and Grubby now making his forward movement across the map. Now able to warp in units as the Warp Gate research is finished. And LosirA needs to realize that some major threatening force is coming right now from Grubby. He's moving down with some Stalkers, a Sentry, Zealot, Immortal, and 1 Colossus. Here comes a Speedling counterattack. Those Speedlings making it in a natural expansion. We have a Colossus here to defend though, and that is going to help him quite a bit. A couple Stalkers also moving over there, trying to do what he can. Force is setting up. Warp Prism laid down to allow him to warp in some additional units. A little bit of Lings over there doing some damage. Lings also pulling in the resource line over here. LosirA's counterattack could do a lot of damage here. Killed off 11 workers so far. Here comes Grubby. Grubby now moving up towards the natural expansion, and we get some mutas out and in play. And here we go. LosirA moving down to engage. Keep in mind those Queens can hit the Colossus with the extra anti-air range that they do have. Speedling still over here disrupting the mining. Killed off a pylon, preventing any warp-ins from these 3 warp gates. However, continued pressure coming from Grubby. Muta's moving down to do what he can to these forces. There are a lot of Stalkers though, and that is a lot of anti-air, especially with such a few amount of Mutalisks in play. When you have a lot of Mutalisks, they do okay against Stalkers, but a small amount of Mutalisks has a much harder time. Here we go now, drones moving forward as well. Gonna be trying to get us around here on the forces. No more Spielings over here to speak of for LosirA. LosirA losing a ton of drones here. 27 workers killed now, trying to get us around on the Colossus. Unfortunately, the Colossus micros back, and LosirA not taking that out is a tremendous problem. And the micro into the War Prism. GG Grubby. Great game number 1 here between Grubby and LosirA. We saw that early game aggression from LosirA was able to do a bit of damage and disrupt the economy for Grubby. However, Grubby's counterattack proved to be a bit too effective for him to deal with. Now, LosirA had a Spieling counterattack himself, with which he was able to kill off a few workers, unpower these warp gates as well. It just wasn't enough. He took too heavy of losses with this Colossus, plus all of those Stalkers. That was a very strong push there from Grubby. Great game number 1. Game number 2 coming right up. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was game number 1 here between LosirA and Grubby. We will be moving on to game 2 in just a moment. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Keep watching, keep owning.